Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using Loren Sherman's script, which uses a combination of dots and lines on these 4 different stems to make our consonants. Vowels are a bit trickier. They're smaller circles, and they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are and if they're attached to one of these 4 stems. So A's are always on the outside of the word circle. Even if they're inside the stem, they're outside the word circle. E's, I's, and U's, again, same position as each other, but I's have a line going towards the middle and U's have a line going outwards. And if they're on the word circle line, they're on that word circle line, so on that line. But if they're inside a consonant, then they're right in the middle of that consonant stem. And then O's are always on the inside of the word circle, and if they're attached on a stem, they're like a bead on a string. And punctuation goes on sentence circles, which are this outer circle around the word, and then I have another inner sentence circle around the inner phrase. And I set this one up a bit different. Instead of having word circles always be circles, I have broken apart word circles going around an inner phrase of word circles. But you still read things bottom counterclockwise, so we're going to continue around bottom counterclockwise for all of these things. So here's the bottom, and this is our first kind of word circle we hit, so this is our first word. And the first letter we hit, continuing around, is this shallow divot right here. And there are 2 lines branching off of that, so that's a W. And then we have an E on the line of the word circle. So we, continuing around, here's our next word. Bottom of the word circle, A, R, 3 dots on a shallow divot, E. So R, then we have this word, which only has one little vowel on it, and that vowel is an A. So that word is a. Then we have this shallow divot with 2 lines, just like this one. So W, and then an A outside the word circle, and then a Y on the line of the word circle with 2 dots. So way, and then we have this deep divot here with 3 lines coming from it. So F, O on the line of that letter, so like a bead on a string, so like that. And then we have an R, just like this R, so 4. And then TH, no modifiers on it. E, just like this E. So we are a way for the is our outer sentence circle. And I don't have any punctuation on it because it continues directly into the inner sentence circle. Bottom of it's here. And this is our first word. So this is just a line coming from this I that I have breaking the sentence circle. Just to help this word fit. Otherwise it'd be kind of clustered and touching the line here. Anyway, this is our first word of this inner sentence. Bottom of the word circles here. This is our first letter, and it is a K, 2 dots on a circle inside the word circle. And this word is cosmos, and cosmos does start with a C, but in the script, if it's a C that goes K, you use a letter K, and if it's a C that goes you use the letter S. So you phonetically write it. If it's a non-proper noun, otherwise, if it's an acronym or a proper noun, you would use the actual letter C because, like Karen with a K is a different name than Karen with a C, and an acronym is important to use the letter C so you know what acronym it is. But anyway, so this is a normal word with a normal C that goes K, so you put a K there. So K, O, just like this O. Then we have a shallow divot with 3 lines, so that's in S. And even though this is just 1 line, right, it ends twice. So you count where the lines end on the stems. So 1 ending point, 2 ending points, 3 ending points. Means that this has 3 modifying lines and is an S. And then we have this word, this letter, 1, 2, 3 lines, this thick one, and then the 2 thin ones is an M. And then an O, just like this O. And then another S, done just like this one, except this one goes towards the middle, and 1, 2, 3. So cosmos. T at the bottom of the word circle, so here, and this does cross the bottom, so that's a T, shallow divot, O, and then we have this word, bottom of the word circles here, our first letter set is here, and this has some stacked stems, so we see we have a double line, a thick line, and a thin one, and you read the outer thin one first. You read thin to thick if it's a double stacked consonant, and you can stack consonants that are in the same row as each other. So this thin one has 2 dots, so that's a K, and this thick one has 1 line, N. And then you always read the consonant last. It doesn't matter how thick or thin its line is. You always read the vowel last. It doesn't matter how thick or thin the line of the vowel is, because it's attached to these double consonants. The vowel is read afterwards. So this thin. Well, it doesn't matter if it's thick or thin. But this little vowel, this O, is right after the K, N. So K and O all stacked on top of each other. And then we have this shallow divot with 2 lines. 1, 2 lines. Because the lines, they can curve, they can be straight, it doesn't matter. So this is a sneaky line that looks like a circle. But 1, 2 lines makes that a W. So K, N, O, W. And then our last word here, bottom of the word circle. This is the I line. I. Then we have a T. Lines that pass through things do not count. Only lines that end on the stems count. So these do not count at all for this stem. So that's just a T. Then we have an S, 1, 2, 3 lines, 1, 2, 3. This thick curvy one, thick straight one, and a thin one. So S, E on the line, just like this E or this E. So E, L, 1, 2, 3 dots on the L. And then last but not least, we have an F, a deep divot with 3 lines. 1, 2, 3, done just like this S. So ITSELF. So universe, no, cosmos, KOSMOS, So yeah, we are a way for the cosmos to know itself. And then here's the period, like that on this sentence circle going around here. So there's the period at the end of this whole ordeal. So yeah, that's that design. I think it looks really cool, and it'll make a really cool shoulder tattoo. Pretty intricate and detailed, and awesome. Oh, one more thing. So this outermost sentence circle, it's okay if you don't include it, or you break it, or you have some erased bits, because I know that a shoulder isn't perfectly round, and this shape here will actually probably fit the shoulder shape a little bit better than the complete circle. So if this is tapered or erased or anything, that's totally fine. This is kind of more a guideline and to make it look. I mean, you can also totally include it. It doesn't. It helps the translation. It doesn't hurt it. So yeah. Again, that's that design. I think it's pretty awesome, and I hope you like it.